My bad. My son started screaming at the top of his lungs, and I didn't know what the hell was wrong with him. So it took a little bit longer than anticipated. I'm just gonna start over because I done fucked up the other video. So I'm gonna do the reading. The reading energies are interchangeable. We all have masculine and feminine energies. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. When I do my readings, I do them for the highest good and the highest healing of those who need to hear the messages the most. So if it doesn't resonate with you today, maybe another day it will. The more we exchange energy, the more I pick up on your energy. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna start now. My bad. So again, you guys need to trust the decisions that you're making, because if you sit there and you let other people talk you out of what it is that you really want, or you feel in your heart that you want to do, because somebody's making you feel bad or feel like you're not capable of it, or you're not good enough to do something, it brings us down a little bit. So you got to be careful of the people that you're around and make sure they really want what's in your highest good and what's best for you, because it's easy for us, especially if you're in a fragile place, to make a decision based on other people because you're really just not sure about it. So just make sure that you know you're doing the right thing for yourself and this is the right path for you, okay? Because here they have that the answer is no. So if you're trying to hold on to something and you're like, well, maybe if I stay, it'll get better. They're saying it's not. It's time for you to move on and move forward, okay? If this is something that's meant for you, then believe me, it'll come back around. So don't feel like you're losing something. What's meant for you will always be meant for you. It's going to come back. But this situation here needs to transcend, okay? This energy needs to be released, because there's a lot of shadow work that you probably went through in this relationship that helped you with your inner child healing, or there's the connection, whatever was really bad, whenever you guys stopped talking and everything cut off, it kind of triggered something inside of you, and a lot of inner child healing that needed to take place. And for some of you, it is having self-love and making sure you're taking care of you and putting yourself above other people, because here they're showing a divine feminine. So you need to make sure that you're doing that. And that's a big, big, big thing. Everybody thinks I'm just going to be positive, or I'm just going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And it's not so much that. It's you have to show the universe how you take care of you. Because when you do that, then the universe returns that to you, because you're sending out, well, I'm only going to accept this. When you're a mom, perfect example, you put yourself on the back burner. You take care of your kids, you take care of your husband if you have a husband, the house, work. You're doing so many things, and you're like last priority. You have to make yourself first, because at the end of the day, without you, all of that shit's not going to happen. So you have to take care of you to provide for your children and provide for yourself and everything else, okay? So it's important to keep that in mind. Now, again, here, they don't want you to be afraid. Now, if you have a partner that's kind of domineering, or is a narcissist, or really, there's a word I'm looking for, like a fucking drill sergeant, really, trying to intimidate you. That's the word. So if you have someone that's intimidating to you, Spirit wants you to just laugh it off. Don't focus on the fears. Don't focus on what could possibly go wrong, okay? Because that's just going to add more energy to that. They want you to trust in divine timing, and when it's time for this situation to dissolve, it's going to dissolve, okay? Because they're showing that that's it. There's no going back. It's not going to be fixed. And if it's you or the other individual who didn't want it to end, there's a lot of regret in this, and they're really in their heads about this. So they may be trying to get you to stay, and that's why you feel bound right now, like you can't go anywhere, because they don't want to let you go. They're clinging, and they're just not letting you be free from this situation. So, but they're saying that there is a lot of momentum is starting to pick up here. Okay, so whatever it is that you've been trying to work out and get done in your life, momentum's going to start picking up once you end that situation, because it's like a lot of it has been divine timing, and I know a lot of people have been getting put on pauses. So that's why it's like, okay, now everything is going to pick up pace, because it's like I guess we're a little bit behind. So, but watch your projections, and if you are being cold to people, because sometimes we detach so we won't feel our emotions, but other times, it's hard, because it's like, hey, I want to engage, but at the same time you're not offering up that emotional vulnerability. You're not allowing someone to really truly connect with you. You're like, you could talk to me, but I'm not going to allow you to connect with me on a deeper level. Okay, so understand, when we look at other people, they are a reflection of us. Okay, whatever pisses you off in somebody else, guaranteed that there's something in you that's why you're triggered by it. So try to see what it is. The next time something aggravates you, try to recognize it and say, why does this bother me? And really sit with yourself for a minute, because you should be able to place it, and you be like, you know what, I understand, I do this sometimes, or I've done this before. And because it might not be something you like doing. So, and it's harder for us to see us than it is other people. Okay. But if this toxic situation, if you have a habit of going into toxic patterns, or you have a habit of finding partners that are very emperor, like very authoritative, like they have to be in charge, they have to run the show, things need to go their way or no way, that's something that definitely needs to end. Because like I said, there is a soulmate that's coming in for you, and it's something that's fated, because divine intervention is taking place right now. So if you kind of drug your feet the whole time and you weren't sure about making a decision or doing what the universe was asking you to, and again, divine intervention is coming out again, because someone was avoiding ending the relationship or letting go of a relationship so that they can move on. So it could be you, it could be the other person, both of you. There's some form of avoidance here that you guys aren't, you guys are just not making the moves. And I'm not sure if you're stuck because you're afraid, and if your fear is valid, then please be safe and don't do stupid shit. Just don't do dumb shit. But be smart about the decisions you're making. And if you're just feeling fear because you're just bound, or this is something that you're used to and it's your comfort zone, you're not going to know what your life has in store for you if you stay where you've been. Okay, you already know what this is. This will always be this. So you move on. And if it's meant to come back, believe me, it'll come back to you. Hi, Aknel. How are you? Thank you for listening. Yeah, exactly, Janine. It's good, because when you are able to identify with people and you see what people are like, when you say, oh, well, you're being this, and then you're like, no, I do that sometimes, because then you're not judgy. You're just like, okay, we're not perfect. We all have our days where there's like, you're just a big ass asshole one day because you're in a bad mood. Everything went wrong, and you have to take that into account. I had a situation recently where I was infuriated, and by the time I had to go do this face-to-face meeting, I had calmed down, because their energy they weren't in a right place. They felt like there was something off with them. They were hurting, and and that's why they were acting the way they were acting towards me. So I brought it back, because what good is it going to do me if I sit there and I argue and I curse you out when I could feel, what's going on with you. So, it's things like that where it's good to have that perception. But again, patience is coming in, and I know I feel bad every time I say have patience, but that's really what it is, because like I said, everything's happening in divine timing. So once this is done and over with, everything's going to pick up. So if you're the one that's been waiting for the situation to be done and over with, or vice versa, it's happening. So don't give up hope. Don't lose your patience with anybody, especially if it's your person. Just give it some time, okay? It's happening in divine timing. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here right now. And they want you to trust that everything that you've been through in your life has prepared you for this, okay? All the relationships you've been through, especially if they were failed, has given you the wisdom that you need to have right now to show you if this is going to progress the way you anticipate, or if it's going to be a waste of your time. If it's going to be like, yeah, this might not go anywhere. And if you're okay with that, then great. Just enjoy each other's time. But if you're looking for something, some form of a commitment, then you already know the signs and you already know what to look out for, okay? But they're saying that there is success, there is a breakthrough, and some of you are admired because you either do tarot, you do some form of spiritual work, or you have a connection with the divine that just, you have a wealth of knowledge, and someone really admires that about you. Now here, there is the commitment that's coming in. is going to be based, it's going to be on a solid foundation, okay? It's not going to be faulty. It's not going to be like all of the other relationships that you've had. This one's going to have a very solid structure. Now, someone is denying the chemistry that is between you. So if you know you're going towards someone and you guys have had this back and forth cat and mouse fucking game for years, they might still be in denial about the passion and the way that they feel about you, but it looks like there is going to be some form of action that's going to be taken, okay? They just need to find the courage to do this, because someone's been pretending or just not living the way they're supposed to, or putting on a show because that was the easier thing to do than to be honest and accept what's happening in the situation. Now, if this is the commitment that's ending, you know, someone is just really in denial about it and doesn't want to let it end. Okay, so they're sitting here pretending that this is just this happy home life, and it's not really like that. Inside, they just feel a lot of rejection and a lot of loss. And when you feel those pains, you know, our souls become fragmented, and it's fucked up in a sense, because, you know, you're keeping yourself in a situation that is toxic to you. You're keeping yourself in a place where you don't feel loved, where you don't feel wanted, you don't feel appreciated. Why? Because you love the person? You know, you have to really look at this, like, what's the reason that you stay and you keep allowing these emotions to come? You know, don't let someone treat you like that. Don't let someone make you feel that way. Accept that, okay, this is over. I'm done. It's going to hurt. But rip off the fucking Band-Aid like, all right, this is just going to hurt me one time and I'm going to move on. Because that's the dark night of a soul right now that they're saying some of you need to go through. And here it's showing that it's a masculine energy that needs to go through this, or come to the acceptance that this is over. That whatever, if it's a marriage, commitment, whatever it was that was long-term, is over now. And they're not allowing it. They're not grasping it. So they need to understand that this cycle is over. And for some of you, it has been a constant cycle of deception. And this person may have an unhealthy obsession with you, or having this commitment to the point where they're actually trying to impregnate you if you're able to get pregnant. So be careful. If you're trying to end a relationship and someone it doesn't want to, they're going to try to get pregnant. So wrap it up. Don't have sex is the safest thing you could do, but I'm just letting you know. But there's definitely been like this cycle that they keep you in, like it's some form of manipulation that they use all the time to get you back to where they want you to be at. So they may be trying to negotiate with you, and for once you take this new path, this new direction, you're going to be presented with an offer, and it's going to be from someone who unconditionally loves you. Okay, so be prepared. You know, we never lose anything. We never lose anyone. It's just they serve their purpose. They taught us the lessons we needed to learn, and it's time for them to move on. You know, everybody has lessons. We all have different things that we have to do. And if we don't show up for somebody's life, then naturally somebody else has to. So, you know, just let people do their jobs. Let me see. Thank you. So how are you today? Yeah, it takes a little bit to face yourself sometimes, Janine. Like, it really does, because that's the hardest thing to do. We could face anybody else. We could talk shit to everybody else. But it's when it's me and you, and I have to face me. I have to be real with me. I can't lie to me. I know I'm full of shit. Like, I can't do that. I got to sit there and admit I fucked up. Admit I did this. Admit I did that. And own it and forgive myself for that. You know, and that's a fucking process in itself. So some of you feel like you always have to be right. Understand, being right is not important. It's really, in the grand scheme of life, being right doesn't matter, because you're going to see it your way. They're going to see it that way. And that's it. You're better off let bygones be bygones and leave it at that, because if you're both insistent on being right, you're going to miss the opportunity for a relationship. You're going to miss the opportunity for love. You're going to miss these opportunities because both of you have this stance. Now, if one of you feels one way, let's say you have a whole nother belief. We'll say we'll have a Buddhist and we have someone who's Muslim. They're very different beliefs. So there might be a compromise that needs to happen in order for you guys to be together. You know, you have to be open to those things and don't feel like my way is the only way or their way is the only way. It's, if you guys can meet in the middle, because if this is your fucking person, are you going to let something really fucking small, like needing to be right, fuck it up? You know, don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, especially if this is what you've been waiting for. Okay? And you have to be honest. So if you're willing to compromise with somebody, you know, let them know, like, listen, I'm willing to compromise on these things. These things are non-negotiable. It's just, no, it's not going to happen. But speak from your heart and speak truth, okay? Especially if you're dealing with someone that doesn't like to deal with emotion. You know, they're not going to be as open and as vocal as someone that does like to communicate and is emotional. So you have to learn how they move and how they express it, you know? So it's, everybody's different. But just be honest when you're expressing whatever it is that you want. You know, don't sit there and change who you are to try to please somebody else. Don't shift things in your life for someone else. You have to maintain who you are throughout everything, because when we start relationships, it's how we lose ourselves. You know, and then 5 years later, you're like, where the fuck did I go? Like, how did I get here? Who did I become? You know, you miss your friends. You miss your social life. You miss doing what the fuck you love to do. Don't lose yourself, okay? And they want you to face your pain. There's something from the past that has to do with the pregnancy. Now, there's a few different messages, so I'm just going to go through the first one and then I'll go to the other ones. But there's something here that has to do with the past. It's a pregnancy that it could have happened a couple years ago, or it's something that's long distance. However this is, but there was something that happened where maybe the person you were with got someone else pregnant, or if you're someone who went off with someone else and got them pregnant. This is something that caused a deep pain in someone, and it's something that they haven't released or they haven't worked through. So this is very necessary, that needs to be worked through. And sometimes if you had a miscarriage, saying the baby's name, if you had a name for the baby, and acknowledging the child by its name has been something that's been difficult for you. And that's not for everybody, but that's for somebody that is just, you have to be, when you reach the point of healing, you'll be able to speak about it without crying like a baby. Others of you might just need to take a time out, okay? Because there is this spiritual union here, which I found interesting in regards to the compromising. That is somebody's gonna speak on it, or there's someone that is watching, or someone is watching everything online and maybe even has access to your information. However this is, and they might come clean and tell you that they've been watching you, or they have your stuff or whatever, but somebody's going to want an apology and forgiveness for this, for whatever it is that they do. And for some of you, it could just be an argument, you know, just be ready. But this is definitely a spiritual union. And as I say all the time, forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other individual, okay? It's important for you. Yeah, Janine, I do. It's this, well, no, it's not Unraveled. I'm about to lie. It's Black Moon Holistic Services. I don't know if I have the link on there. I'll put it in the comments. But there is forgiveness that needs to take place, you know, and it's not I forgive you and you get another chance, because sometimes you don't want to give somebody another chance. It's I forgive you because I want to be done with the situation and I want to get over all of this shit. So don't hold on to the grudges, okay? And if you're one that doesn't know how to apologize and you did something wrong, just think of the type of thing you would want to hear, okay? If someone hurt you or someone made you feel like you were not worth anything, okay, look at that and think about it before you go and say, you know, I can't apologize. Apology is simple, you know, mean it, and then just say a few words. That's it. You don't have to make it a grand fucking thing. Just be like, yo, I was wrong. My bad. I fucked up. However your apology goes, that's your apology. Say that, okay? But again, I really feel that somebody is going to get pregnant, or someone has gotten pregnant, or someone's trying to get you pregnant. However this is, there is some form of pregnancy that is going to happen or going to take place. Now, when this happens, naturally things are going to change. There's going to be a completion to a cycle. So if somebody's gotten you pregnant and you told them you didn't want to have a kid, you know, it's your choice what you do from here, all you know, but understand that it's going to take a minute for you to forgive that. So that's your choice and how you work it out. So if you're not pregnant or you're not doing anything, then a lot of abundance is going to start coming into your life when you get into this union. All right. Because that's going to allow the cycles that you've been on to have been completed so that you can start a new path. And they want you to stay present in this moment and try to have gratitude for every little thing that goes on. You know, just looking at something fly by your face is like, wow, that's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. You know, try to appreciate everything. Now, there's someone here who likes to cause drama. It could be you, it could be the other individual, and they have this facade that they're maintaining these appearances because they feel like they're lost. They don't know what else to do, or they receive some form of communication that it made them feel embarrassed for the way they carried themselves or for the way that they behaved. Okay, so however that's resonating, there's someone that they're just, they have this facade, okay? They have their belief systems and maybe they just feel like, I feel like this. And sometimes we create our own belief systems because that's how we protect ourselves. That's how we protect our hearts from getting hurt again. Because it's like, oh, well, if I believe that relationships ain't shit, love ain't shit, and that's what it is, then okay, you know, you start believing that because you keep telling yourself that and you don't allow yourself to fully experience love and you don't open yourself up for it. So, and others of you may just be going and traveling, and Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius is coming out here. We have fire signs. So it could have been messages, or some of you is just travel, but understand the communication. You have to have honest communication and whatever it is that you have going on and who you're dealing with. Because they're saying that there is a risk that needs to be taken in order to come to a compromise. And it looks like it's, you know, this is pretty heavy in relationship right now. So there has to be, you have to be willing to take a risk, you know, one or both of you. You know, if you're the more flexible one, then you're going to be the one fucking bending because you're more flexible, as opposed to the one that's more stubborn and really set. You know, if you really want it to work, then compromise has to happen, because they're showing that by compromising, it's going to awaken this twin flame connection. So it's the twin flame, again, this whole thing is just, I'm assuming, is all fucking crazy. But there's going to be awakening. There's going to be a remembrance to who you are, who you guys were in past lives. You know, you have that feeling inside that's just like, this is my person. I know this is my person. So that's what's going to be awakened. And it looks like for some of you, this may be happening now. Like some of you may have recently had this, or it's something that's going to be happening very shortly. But again, we have here, there's going to be a foundation that's going to be changing. And I feel like it's a lot of the people that have been holding on to toxic relationships, toxic people, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're holding on to that does not serve you, does not make you happy, does not make you feel good. You need to release that in order for you to transform, okay? Because some of you have either abandonment issues or need to abandon this situation. Now, naturally, when you end any situation, I don't care who it's with, if you love them and you had a family with them, there's always going to be grief behind it, okay? It's always going to happen. So you have to be able to process this and release it because it is for your highest good. Because they're showing here that once that's done, you have your fresh start, and it's going to show you having a meeting with your person, and there's going to be union. So they want you to believe that you have everything that you need to get through this, and make sure that you're taking time each day to meditate, okay? Don't just be running wild, forgetting to meditate, not grounding yourself. Julian, how are you doing? Oh, no problem. Thank you. Aw, I'm a Libra too, and I don't know if I could deal with an Aries. I don't know how you deal with an Aries. Oh, God. So, Julian, I can't with you. Alright, so for those of you that have this real fear of intimacy and you're really afraid of letting somebody close to you, ask yourself why that fear is there. You know, you really have to identify, why am I afraid of letting this individual get close to me? If they did something to you that caused you harm or made you feel some type of way, you know, did you have that conversation with them? Did you express that to them to get that cleared out and out of the way so that you can progress? You have to see what it is that causes these blockages for you so that you can start breaking these patterns, because it's self-sabotage. Every time you're like, I want to start a relationship, or you meet someone and you guys are hanging out and everything's good, you find a way to fuck it up. Why do you do that? You know, really sit with yourself. Like, is it really a problem, or am I making a problem out of nothing? Okay, so for some of you, there's going to be movement in that area, in that realm of your life. And others of you, you're just moving places, or some, again, travel is coming up again. And some might get a surprise visit or unexpected news in regards to a house. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Oh, Janine, you have no idea. I'm sorry, you guys. But so yeah, there might be something unexpected that's going to happen, and it could have to do, if you are relocating, there might be something going on with the move or something that's going to take place that might delay it or hinder it a little bit. But just be open to whatever comes, because like I said, there are delays that are coming up, and everything is happening when Spirit wants it to. So if you've been put on a pause or something happened that you're just like everything was going good and automatically stopped, it's divine timing. Don't get mad. Don't get frustrated. Don't go cry. Just kind of relax and take it easy, okay? And we have Gemini, Libra. I can't fucking talk. I cannot say a sign for shit. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are here right now. And they're showing that there's been a change and there's been a balancing of the scales. So whatever it is that you have justice here, there's something that's coming up for you. And some of you, it could be court situations, and it's something that you don't know if you're going to win the case or if it's going to go in your favor. Okay, just try to be positive and focus on a positive outcome. And others of you, it's just that you had these dreams, or you feel like whatever it was that was your wish, you wanted, or you wanted for a long time, it's finally coming back into balance. So again, with the pause, the divine timing here. So you guys have to be okay with the pauses, and don't doubt. Just because there is a pause, there is a timeout, and there's a little bit of a delay, doesn't mean that it's not for you, and doesn't mean that it's not going to work out for you. It's just taking a little bit of time because maybe the other person is not ready yet. Okay, now here they want you to always maintain your sense of wonder. Okay, it's important for you guys to be childlike in all instances, because when you're childlike, you're more open to the world, you're more open to new experience, you have a lot more curiosity, and you want to experience new things. You know, there's no grudges, there's no holding on to anything from before. It's a new day, you do new shit. You know, that's really it. So just try to keep that sense, because if I see divine timing and divine intervention anymore in this reading, holy Jesus, it was the same thing yesterday. It was mad cards that were just all divine timing, divine timing, divine timing, fate. Can't do shit about it. But there's some regret. Someone had a decision to make, and they may have made the wrong decision. So the spirit guides are trying to help them right now. And remember, call in your spirit guides, okay? Especially if you're in a place of I don't know what to do, call in your guides, because they're waiting for you to call them so that they can help you make the right decision. Okay? So some of you, they made the wrong decision and they're regretting it, and they're trying, Spirit's trying to get them back on track right now. So that's why there's the pause. Now, you guys have to believe that your guides and your spirits are with you, and that they will provide you the strength that you need, okay? If you feel like I can't do this, I can't take this, it's not going to happen, you know, call upon them, because I promise you they help you, and they really do give that to you, okay? Because here they're saying that there is some offer that was either discarded, there was a love offer that was discarded, okay? And now there's been contemplation on whatever offer was made in the past, and they're recognizing now that that was the decision that they made. That's the regret, is that they didn't take that offer and they went with a different offer, you know, thinking it would be better, or maybe just to piss you off, whatever it was. But they're understanding that whatever that was has led them to healing. They're recognizing that it's providing some form of healing here. Now we have someone here who's very authoritative and likes to be in their power. Okay, so don't Don't be so stern and so dead set on things being a certain way, because it doesn't always work out the way we plan, okay? And it causes more harm than good, all right? So this person has been in their comfort zone, and they're like kind of taking a stance. They're guarded, they're not moving, they're just like, nope, this is where I'm comfortable. This is what I'm used to, because they're showing like thoughts of the past, like remembering things from before. And that's all they see. They're like, no, this is mine. This is what I want. So someone needs to find the understanding from the past as to what it is that they're holding on to, because it doesn't look like it's a situation worth saving. So some of them might be coming into the understanding that they have been in a place just because it's comfortable to them, and that's what they're clinging on. They're clinging on to something that's no longer there. It doesn't exist, you know. Once sometimes shit just ends, you know, before it really ends. It's like the emotions aren't there, the concern, everything is not there like it used to be. And some people, it takes longer to get to that understanding and allowing it to be. But it's important for you to stand your ground, okay, and maintain what it is that you want to go after, whatever purpose it is that you feel like, this is what I need to go towards, this is my mission, this is what I need to do. And if it's going towards a specific person, then please continue, because that person is going to return to you, but you have to stand your ground. And again, I know I'm going to sound fucking nuts, but there's someone that there really is, someone's really trying to get pregnant, and someone is going to get pregnant, because the way I see is like the egg getting fertilized. So someone is going to get pregnant. So be careful if you do not want to have children with the person you're leaving or anybody else. Just please be careful, because someone's going to end up pregnant. Okay. Now there's a deadline. I don't know if you've set a deadline, or if you've been like waiting, and you're just getting annoyed and you're like, fuck this, I don't care no more. However this is, you know, the return is coming, and it looks like they're trying to speed it up, because there's someone that's trying to hurry up and make it happen. So don't lose your patience. Like I said, we don't have much control over what Spirit's doing right now. But again, there is someone that could just be avoiding dealing with kids, or avoiding dealing with the pregnancy because they didn't want it. You know, it's hard when people don't want something and you try to force it on them for them to be receptive to it. You know, it's like, you know, like, I didn't want this. Like, I told you I didn't want this, and now I'm stuck. You know, nobody wants to feel stuck. Everybody wants to be there because they want to be there. Okay? But again, there could be someone that has a fake social media profile. Apparently people like doing this shit. I don't know why. I don't care enough about anybody's life to be harassing, doing all that extra shit. But there's someone that keeps searching. Someone is like really just trying to find information and use this. And some of you, it may be information that they're trying to use against you in court. So be careful if that's something you have going on. Be careful what you're posting, what you're sharing. You know, just pay attention, because they're going to try to use that against you. For others of you, it's just a balance of karma that has been from past lives that needed to be cleared before this union can happen, okay? And it's important for you to integrate the masculine and the feminine energies, so that way those wounds can be healed, so you're not feeling all of this hostile energy. You know, this is why it's important. Just take the time. I tell people a lot, take the time. You know, if you meet someone and they really like you, then great. Be like me enough to wait until I'm ready to be in a relationship. Let me deal with my shit, you know? You can't force people. Let them be when they're ready, cool. When you're ready, great. If you're both ready, awesome. But don't let someone pressure you into a relationship or into a situation just because they're ready. You're not ready, okay? So you say, no, I'm not ready. If they really want you, they'll be there. If they don't, then it's better to know now that you're not wasting years of your fucking life. All right, but union is going to be happening soon for some of you guys, anywhere between now and the next few months. So just make sure that you're okay with adapting to the situation, okay? And stop, just please don't try to coerce the situation in any way. Just say, hey, it's okay. You know, if you guys say, hey, we're going to be friends, and that's what we're going to be, then cool. Start as friends and get to know each other and let it build from there. You know, don't try to force it or coerce it in any way. Like, I need to know that we're going to be married in a year and we're going to have 5 kids. And no, like, just let it happen, okay? And they want you to give in. Just give in to your success. Don't look at the roadblocks that you've been in. Don't look at the difficulties. Don't look at all of the hardships that you have been through all the way up until this point, okay? We all go through these things. It's important to just kind of leave it here. So don't give in to all of this, because the more we focus on the past, the more we relive it, and the more it comes out. So don't do that to yourself, okay? There is so much in the world that's going to be awesome and create success, because you're coming into union with your partner, your other part of you, because they're showing twin flame again that's coming out, and the family. So if you have a family, or you guys both have families, whatever this is, you guys are going to be joining together. It's going to be a blended family, and it's going to be a cause for celebration, okay? There's going to be a lot of abundance when this situation happens, when this coming together happens for you guys. Okay, they want you to enjoy it. Don't put any pressures on it. Don't make it harder than what it needs to be, okay? Don't, just allow it to be fun. As long as it's fun, you know, that's when people really enjoy themselves and they want to keep doing it. If it becomes a hassle or a task, then it's more like, yeah, I don't want to do this, because now this is more draining than entertaining. Okay, and they're showing me someone who is single right now that's going to be going on vacation or taking some time off to kind of recreate themselves and just to take some me time. Okay, take me time. So some of you may be doing that, and that's awesome. You know, me time is always great for you. So just make sure you're conserving your energy, you're protecting your energy, and just have fun. Now here we have you are aware that there's cleansing that needs to happen here, and there's purging that needs to take place in your life, whether it's in your home and it's physical stuff, or it's in your mind, or if it's emotional or spiritual, whatever it is, you're aware that this purge needs to happen. Okay, so you might need to get some sage your house, clean whatever it is you need to clean, take a salt bath, whatever it is, but there's cleansing that needs to happen, okay? Because they're showing that your ancestors are guiding you towards your soulmate for renewal. So there is going to be a spark instantly as soon as you guys come back together. So again, this is almost like an unexpected reunion. That's what it's looking. It's looking like it happens, but it's not expected. Like you're by yourself and you're just doing what it is. You're focusing on you and what you need to do, and then it's like it just happens. And if that's not what it is for you guys, then be careful that there may be some type of tower moment or argument that's going to come up for you. But when you guys do get into union, there are going to be plenty more opportunities. You have to leap at that opportunity to have that reunion, however it presents itself, whether it is a commitment or a friendship, however it's presenting itself, leap at the opportunity, okay? Because everything doesn't have to be set in stone. Everything doesn't have to be so cut and dry. Like I said, it's necessary for compromise in order to really get your wish fulfillment. And for some of you, there is a relationship that is keeping you weighed down, that has been keeping you stuck. And it could just be that you're very attracted to a karmic partner, or there's some type of passion or just a lot of heated arguments that is happening with a karmic partner. That's someone you had a family and a home with. Okay, so if this is, you're married, you're dating, whoever you're with right now in a relationship with, that is your karmic partner, because they're showing there was a commitment here and there's memories in regards to that. And somebody might be really hot-tempered. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Janine. Hi, Dervell. Yeah, being childlike is a process. You know, it's, I don't really, you have to train yourself. Okay, I'm not going to say I don't really, but it's a training of your mind, you know, because we get programmed to be a certain way. It's once you're this age, then you're a grown-up and you got to do grown-up shit. It's like you're not allowed to have fun. You're not allowed to play. You know, and that's where we fuck up. It's no, be a kid forever. Have fun. And that's how I look at shit. I just be joking around. I be fucking around. You know, I don't look my age. Nobody believes me when I tell them my age or that I even have kids. So it's just, I don't feel that old. So I don't care. You know, I just live my life. So being childlike is just, you'll get there. Just keep having fun. Now there is a union here. They're showing, shit. Two of Cups. So there's strength here that you guys need to find the strength to deal with your grief. And again, this is, I feel like it has to do with a third party. And it's a divine masculine energy who is concerned about, who has really low self-worth. Because they're really stuck in their head about people gossiping or a third party. There's some situation where someone's talking. Like, they're just talking shit. You know, and there's, you know, it could be just petty shit. It could be jealousy. It could be envy. It could be whatever. But there's someone talking about whatever the situation is. And there's a lot of grief attached to this. And again, winter keeps coming out. So a lot of you, this is going to be happening over the next couple months. But this is for a divine masculine here. And it's important for you to find your strength and empowerment to deal with this grief, okay? Because however it is, they're coming to a realization that they're either keeping notes about something, they've been keeping tabs on you, conversations, something that they're writing down, or maybe they just journal a lot about their day and what happens in it. But it looks like there's some type of suffering and longing for that they want, and it's communication. You know, they want this communication, and they have to be open to free will. They have to understand that you can't force people to be somewhere, because a lot of this, it's like someone's trying to control the situation, or someone's trying to control what's happening or the outcome, and you can't do that. Everybody has free will to choose left or right. So you have to allow that to happen, okay? Because when we long for things, we're longing as if we're empty and there's something missing. You know, it's hard to fill that void because it's lack. You know, and as long as we feel lack, we're going to get more lack. So when you're longing, there's something wrong. You have to heal that longing, because we are whole within ourselves. We don't need anything outside of us to be whole and complete. Okay, so if you feel yourself longing for that because of separation, whatever it is, that is a form of lack. So please fix that and heal that, because then you'll be able to receive and be receptive and call in what it is that you want. Because it's like, I want you, I want you, I want you. But it's like you want them so bad that it's causing more of a delay. Okay? So they want you to know you're safe and protected at all times. Your guides are always with you. You know, nothing is going to happen that is not meant to happen in your life. And the sooner you believe that and you really live your life like that, the less angry you're going to be about fucking everything, okay? Third eye chakra came out, so if you guys have blockages or you're not really connecting with spirit, you know, try meditation, try the saltwater baths, you know, go walking in nature, whatever it is for you that gets you into that space, because that needs to be, actually do a chakra for the third eye, the cleansing meditations that they have on YouTube. Those are the ones that I like doing. Or you can do all of them. I don't know. However works for you. But that's your reading for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. And I really hope that you gain something out of this. And I will talk to you later.